So 5 things I hate about my car. Let's begin.
So the first thing I hate about the car, okay, I don't hate, I dislike. The first things are the headlights. I like the design, they are very good. We have an LED hazards, but the main problem is they get really easy a moisture from inside. I have a fight with the left headlight a few days ago. You can still see there is a little bit of moisture from inside. You have to open the cap from behind the headlight, and you should maybe leave it for around 5 to 10 hours so the moisture can get out. Problem actually, it's not that bad. It's not a very big of a deal, but it really bothers the owner of the car, whoever it is. And it comes from factory with this problem. It's not, this headlight was never being opened. It's, how to say, still was sealed from factory. So I don't see the problem why it should get moisture so easily from inside. Anyway, I put one of these bags full with bins, which we usually use for shoes. And we'll see if actually it can absorb the moisture from inside. For now it's working okay, but it's a slow process, so you have to wait.
So the second thing I don't like about this car, as I said, it's not a hate, I just dislike this one, are the brake discs. The brake discs of this car are very small. It's around 2 tons, it's a heavy car, of course it's like a boat, you know the dimensions of this car. And the brake discs are around, if I remember correctly, are 325, 320 millimeters, something around that. And you know, this is a safety. This is a safety. You have to be confident when you press the brakes from, for example, 140 kilometers to around 30 on the highway. You have to be confident in your brake disc. They stop the car very good for the sizes which they are, but it's not supposed to come from the factory with so tiny little disc. It has to be bigger. The 5.7 heavy is again the same. Maybe it's around 15 or 20 millimeters more, which is of course for around 400 horsepower. It's not enough. It's just not enough. I know brands around 30 horsepower like this one, which are less heavy and still has a bigger discs. European brands, American brands, I don't know why they put so tiny little discs. So speaking about tiny and little things about the car comes from the factory, the second thing, except the brake discs, are the tires.
These are the stock rims, which comes from the factory, with a tire it's 245. I don't know why they put so tiny tire. It's a big car, it's a boat. It has to have it's supposed to be equipped with a wider tires, like my summer tires. They're around 285 from behind and 255 on the front. And maybe on the next video, when I service the car, when I prepare it for the summer, you'll see the difference. Yeah, I have wheel spacers which make the car looking a little bit better, but of course it's not the same with a wider tire. I'm not sure why they decided to put so tiny tires on the car. Maybe you have seen the Demon version. It comes with very tiny tires from the front and a bigger tires from the back. I'm not sure why, but for sure this big car, this boat, it's not supposed to come from the factory with 245s. Even the wide body comes with not so big tire. It comes maybe 305, and many people change it to 315. Makes the car a little bit better without even putting wheel spacers. Just changing the tire. And yeah, that's the third thing I don't like about this car, but it's my opinion. So the fourth thing I really hate about this car, now it's a hate, is the oiling. It doesn't matter if you're using the 3.6, the 5.7 Hemi or 6.4 DSRT Hemi, doesn't matter.
All of these three engines are very bad, especially to the oiling. You have to frequently check your oil. It shouldn't be below the medium, it has to be from the medium to the top. Of course, you shouldn't top up below the top. The oil is very important. You can use cheap oil. As you know, these cars are very sensitive to the rockers and the lifters. But if you save the camshafts, it's a good for you, because on the 3.6 the camshafts are very expensive. I don't know, maybe it's because it's a new generation engine. I'm not sure why. The heavy servicing for the camshafts, rocker arms, lifters, it's cheaper. This car is more expensive. I don't know why. Less horsepower, newer engine, but newer generation, and maybe that's why it's more expensive to change the camshafts, to change the timing chain. Servicing around 7 to 8,000 kilometers. Of course, every engine requires that kind of a service and that kind of a attention, but this one is extremely requires its attention. And the last thing I don't like about this car are the seats. Check this. Yeah, they are kind of a comfy. For long trips, they are good. They are really good. After 200 kilometers, I feel my back. I still feel my back, but you can use the same seats from 2014 to 2023. The last year of production of this car. Yeah, if you're buying from the shop, you can choose between leather, Alcantara. Of course, it's not supposed to come from the factory with Alcantara, for example. But anyway, the roof is kind of a Alcantara. I don't know why, but the seats are just a terrible design. They're looking like 2005 Ford Fiesta, for example. I'm not so sure what to compare it, but the roof is okay. We have a leather steering wheel. The door panels are not so bad. They still have a leather with white stitches. You can check, but the seats are just terrible design. Maybe you can combine them with some kind of a leather. I'm not sure what design they're supposed to be, but for sure 10 years from 2014 to 2023, it's not good to use the same design of a seats. So that's the last thing I don't like about this car. And even moreover about these seats, they don't come from the factory with electrical switches. You can see it's a manual. Yeah, it's not bad. Less problems, less electrical. You know, less electrical, less problems. But anyway, the driver's seat, it's electrical, and this one is not. If you make the driver's seat electrical, just make this one as well. It's not so complicated. So the design and the logic of the seats in this car, I just don't like it, but this is my opinion. Yeah, enough for the negatives of the car. In the next video we'll make 5 things I like about this car. 5 negatives, 5 positives, because there are plenty more. I can make around 10 or 15, but 5 is okay. So yeah, stay tuned.